I've ever wondered why the creative industry in America seems to thrive endlessly, while here in Canada it seems like we're climbing a mountain that never ends. Today I want to talk about why that happens and how Canadian creatives can still win today without ever having to leave Canada. But honestly, what I'm about to say doesn't just apply to Canadians. Whether you're creating in London, Lagos, Melbourne, or Mumbai, the same strategy can open up the world to you too. And it all starts with one idea. Stop thinking small and start thinking like the world belongs to you. First, let's be honest. America thrives creatively because it has three powerful weapons: a massive population, aggressive cultural export, and a relentless entrepreneurial spirit. The US entertainment business alone is worth over $720 billion. Compare that to Canada's entire cultural sector, which sits around $57 billion, and you start to understand the gap in scale. But here's the good news. None of that means you can't play the same game. No matter where you live, as a Canadian artist, and really as an artist anywhere, we need to think globally right from the beginning. Your work might be born in Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, or Lagos, or Dubai, but it should be speaking to somebody in New York, Berlin, Tokyo at the same time. The legendary artist Jean Basquiat once said, "I wanted to make paintings that looked as if they were made by a child." What he meant was he wanted to create art that crossed boundaries. No labels, no restrictions, no borders. And that's exactly how creatives need to think, no matter where they're standing. Second, we must treat the internet like our home turf. You no longer need permission from a gallery, a label, or a magazine, or even your country to go global. The internet erased those gates. Over 5 billion people, nearly 2/3 of the world's population, are now online. That's not just a number. That's 5 billion opportunities waiting for your work to reach them. Platforms like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and LinkedIn, these are not just apps. They are borderless countries, basically. And you need to be a citizen of all of them. Drake, one of our very own from Toronto, once said, "I was born to make mistakes, not to fake perfection." And in the creative world, that's gold. It's not about being flawless. It's about being visible, being consistent, and undeniable. This is true whether you're hustling from Toronto, the outskirts of like Johannesburg, a tiny village in like Scotland, or a pocket city in Brazil. Your reach isn't local anymore. Your stage is already completely global if you're brave enough to step on it. Third, we must embrace the beautiful advantages of where we live. We have stability, access to grants, and freedom. In fact, Canada gives out over $200 million annually in art grants and cultural funding. That's money you can use to create, experiment, and grow if you play smart, of course. Other places have their own hidden advantages. Maybe it's community-driven, cheaper living costs, or raw, untapped talent that big markets haven't noticed yet. Leonard Cohen, another Canadian legend, once wrote, "There is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in." Our challenges, whether it's a smaller market, fewer resources, language barriers, they aren't flaws. They're the cracks where the real, soulful creativity shines through. If you can create fiercely in the place you were planted, you can make the whole world take notice. So if you're a Canadian creative or creative anywhere feeling stuck, remember, think globally, build your brand boldly, use your country as a launch pad, not your cage, and never forget, the world needs your voice exactly as it is. You don't need to leave your hometown to become legendary. You just have to stop thinking like you're only playing for your hometown. The world is your canvas. Now pick up a brush